What is going on, everybody? It is Ahmed, and I am back today with yet another video for you all. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about a newer cryptocurrency opportunity. Now, you guys know I love meme coins. I love very speculative assets, community-driven cryptocurrencies, but sometimes it's not a bad idea to dabble into some of these utility-based tokens. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Block Escrow Token, which actually is the sponsor of today's video as well. They sponsored a tweet, and since the token has been covered over on Twitter on July 18th, just yesterday, the project has gone up pretty significantly, almost at a $1 million market cap. So let's go ahead and dive in to the project. So I sent out this tweet, and it's a thread. If you're not following me on Twitter, make sure you do so. I always post there first before any other platform. A newer utility play with a unique use case. Block Escrow Token, or BET, is a decentralized platform designed to facilitate secure, transparent, and trustless transactions between parties. One of the things that we always talk about is smart contracts in crypto. We know that a lot of these tokens like Cardano or ADA, Ethereum, they've created the ability to start transacting via these if-then statements. If said things are fulfilled, then this money can be sent to this person. But Block Escrow Token takes it one step further than these typical smart contracts. The servers can be used to facilitate secure transactions by holding funds or assets on behalf of the transacting parties until certain conditions are met, like an escrow account for those of you that are familiar with real estate, basically having a middleman as a holder. Block Escrow Token is the native utility token of the platform, providing various benefits to token holders. More details, of course, is on their white paper, which we'll touch on shortly here in the video. So make sure you stay tuned through the end. So one of the questions that might come up when you look at the project is, why is the contract not renounced? We know that renounced ownership means basically there's no fidgeting or playing around with the contract that's in place. With ownership, they're able to actually reduce taxes, which is very important for long-term vision. As I stated here, the current taxes are 0% buy and a 5% sell tax. You can check the audit over at Consult, as there are limits set to safeguard from any wrongdoing, such as no mint function, no blacklist function, meaning that if you bought a position early on, sometimes projects will have a blacklist function where it doesn't let you sell the tokens, no honeypot option for them to basically make it unsellable, no disable trading, and a max buy and sell tax of 5%. Again, they cannot exceed that. How long is the liquidity locked for? 697 days as of today. One day less than yesterday over on Team Finance. So from an audit standpoint, I think it checks off all the boxes. Of course, it's not always about having a clean audit. Sometimes it could just be sell pressure or buy pressure that comes from community members, whales, and things alike. So with that being said, though, from a contract standpoint, I have no worries, as well as the team seem very, very solid. So over on Twitter, I put out all the links, including their DApp, which you just connect your wallet and you can start transacting or making deals with individuals if you'd like. It's currently already live via their testnet. So the website, which we'll go on here in a second, their white paper, Twitter, and then the Telegram. So you could see their website and you could see that they have their DApp connected on there. Decentralized, transparent, secure, trustless, and immutable records. This is one thing that I actually liked immediately when I was introduced to the project by one of their team members. Chat on Block Escrow. So Block Escrow also introduces a private chat option between wallets. Interesting. Enhancing communication and facilitating smoother transactions. This private chat functionality aims to improve user experience and provide a secure means of communication within the platform. Here are the key aspects of that feature. Secure communication with end-to-end encryption. Because right now, when I'm trying to do a transaction, if it's with somebody I know, I have to text them and say, hey, I'm sending you X amount of dollars or X amount of ETH. Or if I'm doing something with somebody on the blockchain, oftentimes, unless you're going to be competing on Etherscan, which you have to pay gas fees for, I like the fact that this allows you to start talking to individuals within crypto via this mechanism directly, not having to use some kind of, Telegram or something that could be lost in translation. Instead, directly on Block Escrow's platform. Initiate and engage in conversations directly from your wallet. Identify verification function to establish trust and authenticity. Facilitates transaction-related communication between parties involved in the escrow arrangement. This is also when it gets important, because this goes back to that if-then smart contract-based transaction. Only if said things are met for this transaction to actually go through, then money will be paid for the person. Maintain records for all conversations, ensuring transparency and accountability. Extremely important. So in addition, you could see escrow processes on the blockchain, some of the things that they offer from the private chat communication, which we talked about, creating an escrow transaction, transaction verification, releasing the funds itself, and then dispute resolution. So I like the fact that it's kind of a suite of all things you need to have basically a transaction go from point A to point B, especially when you're talking about large sums of money. If you're sending $10 to $20 for small things like giveaways, if you're a social media content creator, things of that nature, those aren't as important. But if you're a company or institutional investor or a big person that's looking to send $500, $1,000, $2,000 overseas, somewhere here in the United States, you want to make sure it's done appropriately, especially if it's for a good and service, and also that money isn't paid until said goods and services that are agreed upon prior to the initiation of the transaction are completed. The use cases for block escrow, e-commerce, of course, it's going to be huge in the e-commerce industry as crypto starts getting more integrated in that realm. Real estate transactions, you guys know I'm someone that's getting into real estate now, and you need to make sure with every transaction, when you're a buyer and a seller, you have to have an escrow involved. Once something is an escrow, that's when you know, okay, now it's the holder has it, to make sure as long as all contingencies and all the things are met, then transaction will go through. Peer-to-peer lending, huge. Supply chain management, tokenized assets, and cross-border transactions. They talk about the tokenomics here. They have a vested supply of 20%, 80% circulating. Talks about the max buy and sell, 0% up to 5%. And then, of course, some of the components that they talk about from their token economy, the smart contracts, and the private chat. This here, in my opinion, has the ability to become one of the blue chips. Of course, delivery has to continue. They have to have success in integrating and ensuring that they go out and pitch their project to all institutional and small investors alike, angels. And in addition to that, I think what they need to make sure they're doing is that minimum viable product, right? Their MVP needs to make sure it is live. So you could see that so far the DApp is here on the testnet. You basically would connect your wallet via Ethereum, Polygon. It looks like Optimism, Arbitrum, CeeLo, or BNB. And from there, you can start transacting. But of course, this is on the testnet, the beta. And of course, the live net will be coming up probably soon. And when that happens, I will make sure to inform everybody. I encourage each and every one of you as investors to look through white papers. This gives you all the information, and this is the Git book. The Git book. You can go through and look at everything from escrow agents, role and responsibilities of the people that are going to be helping facilitate these transactions, incentives and penalties. How does it look like? You want to make sure that things are actually done appropriately from the agent side, right? Because like a real estate agent, you want to make sure that they have to do their due diligence and they have to ensure with their fiduciary duty that they complete said things that the buyer or seller is asking about, depending on buying or selling agent. I'm using real estate as that is one of the applications for block escrow, but there are so many more. And there's a way you can actually apply to become an agent of it. But in addition, you can look at some of the platforms, and we talked about the aspects that they have, the platform components. So basically a deeper dive, and I'll make sure there's a link down below for the block escrow white paper for you all to look through. And you can see that they do have a fee structure that's already integrated, the agent incentives, BET token utility. This gets really, really interesting, folks. So I think, again, make sure you do your research and due diligence as always. And one thing that I always like to do when I am looking at any project is looking at the momentum of the chart. Yes, it's not always necessary, but I think it's important. You could see that this is currently sitting near its all-time high, right around $1 million market cap. But this didn't just have some random parabolic pump and then followed by a significant dump thereafter. This has been going on for the last 9 days and it's having steady growth. I like that there's corrections and upward movement, but overall, it's moving in a very nice linear direction. And it looks like, again, based off the utility that we're seeing presented in front of us, this could truly be a nice winner in the space. I'm here to introduce you all to new projects. And I know right now there's so many fantastic things that are happening in crypto, especially with bots and the AI movement. But I think, again, there's definitely room for this type of token and service that's offered on the blockchain, and especially something that is tokenized like BET or block escrow token. Look at the utilities, understand that the benefits of being a holder, and you could see some of the things from the agent side of things and also from the buyer and seller. Make sure you look at those things because I think, again, there's some incredible potential here. I'll be giving you guys more updates in the future regarding Block escrow token, but I'm excited to say the least. Appreciate you guys' support as always. Thank you all for tuning in. That's all I have for you guys today. And until next time, everybody, as always, keep investing. Peace.